just returned from a really nice week away in Yorkshire, and the place where I stayed was called Robin Hood's Bay, and it was a really quaint, beautiful seaside town, which was so wonderful and full of really narrow streets and winding roads, and it was just perfect. The good old British weather really didn't surprise us in any way because it rained, it was windy, but it was nice at intervals too. It was also my birthday last week on the 5th of June, and I thought today's video would be really nice if I just show you some of the gifts that I got from friends and family. So now let's flip the camera downwards and let me share some of the wonderful gifts that I got, and also some of the things that I bought, which I'm so grateful for. Okay, let's have a look at the first thing I got. So, my family all know that I am a massive Beatles fan, and one thing they got me was a Beatles passport wallet, and it's nice and soft, and here you can see it says one of their most famous lyrics, which is "Here comes the sun." And inside, I really like this because anything Beatles I'm in, and there you can stick your cards and your driver's license, etc., and put your passport in this side. So that's really cute. I really love it, and I'm sure that will come into a lot of use because there is very little sun in the UK this summer, as I always bang on about, I know. But that is really a really nice gift. I've got a few other Beatles things actually, and I might just pull them out as well. So I have this also. I got this. This is a Beatles Yellow Submarine mini LED light, USB and battery powered. And I got this off some of my family as well. So let's have a look and see what it looks like inside. You can never grip this stuff because it's so nestled in. You can't actually get a hold of it. And there it is. There's the Yellow Submarine. I absolutely love the icon of the Yellow Submarine. I'm not so fussed on the song itself, but it's an iconic Beatles symbol, if you like. And this was created by the House of Disaster. And there's a strip there that I can pull the... Oh, there we go. And it's all lit up. Now, if you know my backdrop in my room upstairs, I normally have a lot of trinkets and pop culture, and the Beatles play quite prominently in that setup, and I think that's beautiful. I absolutely love that. The Yellow Submarine. Wowza. Don't know if that really shows up very well in the daylight, but I adore that. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. So lucky. So yeah, anything Beatles, I'm in. My favourite era of the Beatles was the, I would say the psychedelic era. It was kind of Rubber Soul. I loved Rubber Soul. I also loved the Magical Mystery Tour. And Sgt. Pepper's, of course. But I love this. I'll see if I can get it back in the right way. Try and keep it a bit tidy here as well. And my next Beatles related item is something that I bought with some birthday money. At the time, I didn't know that I had this. So the other day I went to a place called Staith's in Robinhood's Bay, in North Yorkshire, and I wandered into this lovely little art museum, and they had all these cool 45s with all shaped. There was like a for hound dog, there was Elvis, or there was a version where it was a dog itself. So all of these old 45s had been actually shaped into something which was relevant to the song. So for instance, Dancing Queen by ABBA had a crown. I think that's so cool, and I love the bright yellow behind it. Again, I love strong accent colours, and I absolutely adore this. And the guy is called Kenny Dean, and he does limited edition vinyl art, handmade from genuine vintage records. And he has an Instagram and a website, Kenny Dean, Dean with an E on the end. So I'm already looking at some other ideas of songs that I particularly like, or we like. Isn't that cool? Isn't that just tremendous? I love it. And if we go closer there, you can see. There we go. It's the old Parlophone 45 with the Beatles, getting a lot of reflection there from the Velux window above. Yeah, isn't that brilliant? So 3 Beatles things that I've got, which I love. Something else I got was this, which is cedarwood and vetiver, which is a reed diffuser from Next. So this has top notes of bergamot, grapefruit, hard clove, herbal notes, and base is cedarwood and vetiver. Don't think I've heard of vetiver. Ah yes, sorry, I read that wrong. So the top notes are bergamot and grapefruit, the heart is clove and herbal notes, and the base is cedarwood and vetiver. But I don't think you can ever go wrong with these. And inside, obviously, you have the glass vase with the reeds in, and it just makes your home smell nice and fresh. We'll have a little peek inside, actually, if I can open this up. So there inside you have the love. And there, if I get that up, is the base itself. So it's a nice black colour. And you will open that up and stick the reeds inside. And then you can just display it, and it gives off a lovely smell. And the great thing about these is there's no electricity used, nothing like that. So that's a wonderful gift. I'll keep that out actually, I might start using it. I'll put that over there for now. Okay, so what else did I get? I got some sweets, because everybody in the family knows that I like chocolate. I got some Twirl Bites by Cadbury. Again, I covered these last week. These are the bite-sized versions of Twirl. These are really, really yummy. They're just like little small versions of Twirl. I also got some Cadbury's Curly Whirly Squirrelies. So these are, I'm sure you can get them around the world, but these are just all misshaped little squirrely lumps of chocolate with toffee in the middle. These are really nice. Again, you know, it's got that distinctive Cadbury's purpleness. I also got this crunchy bar. So this is not a regular crunchy, but just a Cadbury's Dairy Milk with crunchy bits inside. Again, these are really, really yummy, really nice, and very Moorish. So the crunchy bar itself is just these little tiny nuggets inside, so it's not full honeycomb like it was on the one I showed you last week. That's a regular crunchy bar. This is just crunchy bits. I also got some Kinder Bueno, which are available everywhere, of course. But this is a regular, globally available milk and hazelnuts Kinder chocolate, which again I love. So my sister who bought me this knows that I love Kinder Bueno, because we do sometimes milkshakes, and she will get this really lovely hazelnut spread from Marks and Spencer's. It's almost like praline, very hazelnut, and we put it in with vanilla ice cream and make a smoothie. But she knows I love these, and she always gets me them. So grateful, got such a lovely family. I'll move these over here because this next thing that I got is really nice. When I was in Yorkshire the other day, I had some money from my mother for my birthday. She just said, get something that you want to get. So I wandered into this really funky, it was in Whitby actually, this really funky hippie shop. It was very eclectic, lots of bright clothes and all these really weird and wonderful, eccentric kind of clothes. But I spotted this on the top shelf, and I'll open it as well. Okay, so this is made by Venus Trading, and it is Phrenology by Mr. L.N. Fowler. Now this is kind of very Victorian curiosity, and I love it. So if you look here, in Victorian terms, I'm not quite sure what phrenology was. I should look it up really, but this is how they mapped the brain, I take it. So intuitive reasoning and reflective faculties is in this part of the brain. Literary observing knowing faculties in this part of the brain. Moral and religious sentiments in this part of the brain. Perfecting group in this part of the brain. Selfishness, propensities in this part. Selfish sentiments. Domestic propensities. And then on the back here is all this other cool stuff like love of sex, reproductive love, parental love, love of children, love of animals, which is in this part of the brain, marriage, consistency and defense, courage. So all this brain mapping here is kind of listed. Desire for liquids, desire for solids. So I guess that's where hunger and thirst come from. Let's have a look at this here. So it says, the art of phrenology. For 30 years I have studied crania and living heads from all parts of the world, and have found in every instance that there is a perfect correspondence between the conformation of the healthy skull of the individual and whose known characteristics. To make any observations available, I have prepared a bust of superior form and marked the divisions of the organs in accordance with my research and varied experience. And I just love this. This to me is just something that you could display in your living room, and it's just a bit of a statement piece, just a bit of a curiosity, and it's really lovely crafted. I love it. See, in the eyes there you can see colour, weight, size, form, language, time measurement, so all these very, very strange areas of thinking, cognitive thinking, I guess. Irritation. Apparently the irritation comes from this section of the brain, but how would Mr. L.N. Fowler know this? But anyway, I love this. I absolutely love it. And it's, I guess he was a real person. I should look him up. But I've often seen these around, and I've always fancied to get one, and I found it. So that's what I bought with some money from my birthday. What do you think. So I put him down there. And I've got this great popping paper as well. I could go for hours doing that. I got this off a family relative as well, and it is a Lush set, and it's called Fresh As. So we get this freshness guaranteed with this uplifting shower duo. So we have an Outback made soap, which is a trio of Singy eucalyptus, lemongrass and peppermint to give the bar star quality. And the other one is a Happy Hippie shower gel. Life feels good after a fresh pink grapefruit juice and zesty bergamot wake up call. And Lush always has that lovely, really strong smell inside. I wonder what this is. Looks like she's bought me something else. Shaved ice. For face, so it must be like a face wash. Let's have a look inside. So it comes in this little plastic holder, and if I open that up, if I can get it open, there we go. Oh, it's like a cream. It smells really nice. So it looks like it is, yeah, it's a face scrub. You can feel the little bits kind of in your skin. So that is a face scrub, but it's really moisturising by the sounds of it, by the feel of it. So it's really soft and you can feel it kind of taking off the dead skin. And it smells really nice. Wow, well, that's such a nice gift. Shaved ice for the face. So it has rose water, organic extra virgin olive oil, organic cocoa butter, glycerine. So it lists all of the ingredients. So that would be me smelling absolutely amazing. Perfect. I've got such a lovely family and friends. I got this book of my auntie. This is a new novel by the #1 best-selling author of One Day, and the guy's name is David Nichols, and the book is called You Are Here, and it's got quite a lot of good reviews. Nichols' best book ever by Caitlin Moran. Such a lovely book by Nigella Lawson, who is a chef, a cook here in the UK. Gorgeously Witty and Joyful by Catherine Rundell, and Magnificent by Marianne Keyes, who is a really great Irish author. So what's this one all about, I wonder? I wonder what this book is all about. Let's have a look on the back. So Genius, another classic and funny love story by Matt Haig, who is an author I really enjoy. I read his Midnight Library not long ago and that was great. So let's have a read of the story itself. Marnie is stuck. Stuck working alone in a London flat. Stuck battling the long afternoons and a life that often feels like it is passing her by. In the meantime, Michael is coming undone, reeling from his wife's departure, increasingly reclusive, taking himself on long solitary walks across the moors and the fells, when a persistent mutual friend and some very English weather conspired to bring them together. Marnie and Michael suddenly find themselves alone in the most epic of walks, on the precipice of a new friendship. But can they survive the journey? Well, it sounds like a really nice read. And there is the author himself, David Nichols. Wow. And it takes place in England as well, which I can relate to, obviously, and English weather. So that's something I'd like to read. I tend to read more when I'm on holiday, to be honest. Wow, this is amazing. So, this actually connects to where I've just been. So here is the coast-to-coast walk, and you start at St. Bees on the west coast, and you travel all the way across the width of the United Kingdom and end in Robin Hood's Bay. And that's where I've just been for a week's holiday, Robin Hood's Bay. Wow, so this is actually going to connect to where I've been. That's just a coincidence, or is it? That's amazing. Wow, I'm really shocked by that. Well, I will read this because I can connect with this. I wonder if Robin Hood's Bay is mentioned. Oh, I see. So every day the guys are doing the walk further along the coast and they will end in Robin Hood's Bay. There you go. There you go. Oh, wow. This is fantastic. I can't wait to read this now. I can't wait to read it. I'm actually going to be showing you a video on Robin Hood's Bay as well. I just did a video, but I'll explain it all. But that's fantastic, and how that connects to something that I've just done. I also got this. So I went to Whitby for the day. And I purchased this Dracula by Bram Stoker. Big fan of Bram Stoker and Dracula, but I saw this beautiful edition of the original novel up at the Whitby Abbey, and it's this beautiful style vintage. It looks really nice. It looked great on the bookshelf. And if I turn it over, listen to them, the children of the night. What music they make, by Dracula himself. And it's the original novel by Bram Stoker. And back in Whitby, I actually did the Dracula experience, and I went up to the Abbey, and it's amazing to think that Bram got all of his ideas from visiting Whitby. It's got this really nice bookmark in there as well. There you go. I've done a couple of videos on Dracula as well. Isn't this a beautiful edition? Don't you agree? And they actually stamped it for me. Whitby Abbey, English Heritage, stamped it to say that I bought it from Whitby Abbey. I'm so grateful for that. I absolutely adore this. And there's all of the chapters, and it's written in journal form. So Jonathan Harker's journal, there's letters between Lucy and Mina, Mina's journal, Lucy's diary. So everything is told in some sort of correspondence or a personal diary. This is a way to get inside the head of the individuals. So Bram Stoker was very smart. Dr. Seward's diary, absolutely fantastic. You know, this was written in 1897. Well, 1897. But this is an absolutely stunning edition of the book for me. And there's Bram Stoker's signature. Not real, of course. And he died not even knowing that Dracula was going to become a big thing. It's probably one of the most successful literary icons of the 20th century and beyond. So, a must for anybody who visits Whitby, Dracula. And these are freely available. In fact, there's different versions, but I was just drawn to the blood red, classy looking edition like this with the black pages. Very gothic. What else did I get? Well, I got this. I'll show you it. I saw it in the shop window when I was walking past, and I was like, I've got to have that, it's quirky. Just trying to be quiet as much as I can. So, this is a wall vase. Isn't he cool? So it's a wall vase to go on the wall. There's the fasten for it. There. And he sits on the wall, and you put a plant or flowers or whatever inside. You can even put a bit of water in there. And I just think that's a really quirky thing to have on your wall. And I love him. He's amazing, isn't he? Yeah, I love chimps, I love monkeys. I just think this is a really eclectic thing to have on your wall. And I like kind of eclectic things. I've got nothing really on the wall in this house, so I'm really looking forward to doing this and getting him up there. What do you think? Isn't he great? I love this. But they also had giraffes, they had elephants, they had parrots, they had a Dalmatian, they had cats. But I was drawn to this fella. I was really drawn to this fella. And I bought this. I'm going to put this on the wall somewhere in the house and get a nice plant or something to stick out of his head. I'll put him back in there. I don't know when I'll get him up, but I will do at some point. Which way does he go? This way, or is it? I think that might be the way. Right, I'm going to change the battery and I'll be back for the last part, which is a good one. Okay, I am back. Now the last thing I'm going to show that I got is this from my sister. I'll just create a bit of space by moving everything over slightly. So this is a box from a local company called The Sweet Boutique. The Sweet Boutique. And inside is lots of sweets. So loving Dracula, I've got some fangs in there, some lemon bonbons, don't know if you can see them, lemon bonbons, some toffee bonbons, which are the white ones, some rhubarb and custard, which are these really cool old-fashioned hard-boiled sweets. Some lemon sweets with like sherbet in the middle. These are really nice too. And these are the creme de la creme. These are sarsaparilla tablets. These are something I used to love so much, and you don't really get them anymore like this. These are the really old-fashioned, really tangy sarsaparilla, and they're very hard to come by these days, but this local company actually do them. They stock them. I don't know where they get them from. I don't know what suppliers they use, but these are amazing. So these are quite fizzy and tangy, you know, like a Haribo style. So yeah, they kind of fizz when you put them in your mouth, and they're really sour, quite sour. But I do love that kind of sweet as well. So between these would keep you going for a good few hours, because they're not a quick candy to eat. You've got to suck them and chew them, so they do take a while to get around to finishing. These are not the powdery ones. These are not the powdery ones that I used to get when I was a kid. It's really hard to come by those ones now. These are more kind of, you know, they've got a hard coat on them. They're not powdery. They don't kind of leave the powder on your fingers as much. But these white ones. So basically there's lemon toffee in these, so you bite into them, which I will now. Very hard but very chewy, and it's lemon toffee inside. Get that lovely lemon taste. It's not too overpowering. It's just very sweet with a hint of lemon, and I love them. I'm not going to edit out the noise of the eating. I'm not particularly fond of eating sounds, personally. But I know that some of you are. A lot of people have said just leave it in, don't edit it out, so I won't. I'll leave it in. But those are my ultimate favourites, these yellow, round yellow ones. These ones here are just regular toffee inside. I can't even bite it because it's so hard. I wish you could taste these. I would love to kind of send one over to you just so you could have a try. But these are so tangy and so lovely. So yeah, and they're presented in this lovely box with tissue paper inside. And that's almost like a pizza. The Sweet Boutique. Highly recommended. Okay, well, that's it from the presents. I've done really well. I got money, I got gifts. I had a really amazing birthday. Great time away. But for now, I will bid you all a farewell. And see you soon.